So everything's like pretty much going good.
Mm-hmm.
The career's going, and then back home there's drama. And I don't want to get too much into it. You've told the
Mm-hmm.
story plenty of times, but rest in peace, Mr. C ends
Mm-hmm.
up getting killed.
Right.
But I want people to know, like, what was he like as what was his personality? Who was he for those who don't really know him outside of the music?
Mr. C was funny as hell, man. He was one of them dudes that's gonna cap on you all day. He was hella funny. I got footage that I'm gonna start releasing. I was thinking about doing it all this month. Little clips that I got from we was like on tours in Detroit and stuff like that. I was trying to save a lot of it for the documentary thing I'm planning on trying to put together. But his personality, man, he was real outgoing. He was a ladies' man, for one. We go out, man, doing these shows and everything, man. He was just so, man, the women loved him, the promoters loved him, because I'm hella antisocial until I really get comfortable with you. I don't really talk. I get in rooms, I'm to myself. He wasn't like that. He coming in, he taking over the room, he smiling, he joking. He gonna talk about you, you know what I mean? He gonna play the dozens or whatever you want to call it. He gonna do it all, and he kept our studio lit, man. In OH and all the youngsters fell in love with him. When I first got with them, he was in jail. He had to go sit down for a minute. He sat down for maybe like 2-3 months over some tickets and other like little stuff. But he had to go sit down for a couple months in Bruno. And I started working with Hitman and getting his album tied up, and was working with NOH and them, and I had moved my studio in Folsom. There's a place called Planet X that was like a recording, like rehearsal studio where they had rock bands next door, and everybody was in there in the little building. And they didn't really know him at the time, but when he came, it just lit the studio up. He lit the studio up. Cause he the type gonna get in there and rap with him and everything. Like I really wasn't rapping with Hitman a lot of them. Like this NOH and Hitman album, I didn't do no verses on them.
Yeah,
I pretty much fell back and just was in producer mode. But Mr. C gonna get on him. He gonna get on there. He in there freestyling, going bar for bar with him the whole nine. Like man, he was very outgoing, man, and man was just was a good soul, man, a real good soul.
Yeah. So, man, it's hard to think what he might have been able to accomplish.
Man.
What y'all might have been able to accomplish.
Oh, yeah, we'd have been through the roof right now. We'd have been up there for surely with them outcasts and all that. It was because our deal was already set up. We was set up lovely.
And that was at Atlantic?
Big Beat Atlantic. And we was going to convert over to Atlantic for surely. And I just wasn't in my right mindset when I got there. Even though they still went on and did the deal with me, I just wasn't right. I was still, suffering the loss of Mr. C, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't up to the music. I still did the deal just on some business.
Sure.
But musically, I wasn't there. I didn't produce nothing really on the album, and he really...
This is the Eye for an Eye.
Eye for an Eye, yeah. Craig Callum was like, bro, I still want to sign you. I know you the man behind the music. Just do what you do. And when I got over there, I couldn't do nothing. There wasn't nothing. I just didn't have
You didn't have
nothing.
any like leftover verses in the cut? Or...
I had a couple. A lot of that stuff I ended up putting out later on bootlegs and bass shit, but it wasn't nothing that I really wanted to use like on a new album. It was a couple. Because we used our stuff. Anytime when we went to the studio, we used it.
Yeah.
We didn't have songs sitting around that we didn't like. We ain't going to record it if we didn't like it.
Right.
So we didn't have a bunch of verses sitting around that we didn't like. That. I mean, only like 2 songs. And that was that As We Blaze and the Ruthless by Law song, which he wasn't even on. He didn't want to get on it. Because at the time, he was just like, I don't care for T to Lee being on it. And, like I said, he's one of them rapper dudes. He didn't really...
He was picky, huh?
He was picky, so... And it was the dude, my boy, who was on the song with us. Because a lot of people are like, who the hell was that on the song? That was supposed to be a Mr. C part on there, but T Lee wanted to get on it, so he was just like, man, I'm going to let him do it. I'm not even finna argue. Going to let him do it. I'm like, bro, it's Dre Dog and Cougnut. You got to be on it. And he didn't. He was just like, I'm cool. So we never even used the song, you know what I mean? Because he wasn't on it. It was only me on it. So we saved that, and we saved As We Blaze, which he used some of the vocals on something. I forgot where them lyrics come from. It come from, he used some of the lyrics on one of the songs on Ruthless by Law. I can't think off top, but Yeah, we didn't have nothing just laying around. Everything we used everything. We wouldn't even record if we didn't care for the beat or the song.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.